Okay, well, to be frank, I don't know who Frank is, but I'm going to be him. I don't remember what I recorded on this last. I'm thinking it's power steering, but it's been like a month since I worked on this video. But I do know that the fuel pump has a mean leak on it. And I think it's just a hose. I'm going to be in there. I'm going to have to take stuff apart. It's time to just put a fuel pump on it anyways, because that's something that can just go out on you. And I'd rather fight it here than on the side of the road during power tour. So I need to move that railroad iron, to be honest, but that's also heavy. So I'm just going to walk into it and break my neck. And on that note of procrastinating, I guess, not even that. I'm in college right now, and I only have the weekends to work on this thing, so it's kind of hard, but I'm going to do it. And this thing, next month, is starting car show season, which is like September through November, kind of. That's when all the big C10 shows are around here. Dude, this thing is not even close to being done or ready, so I feel like we just need to work on this thing and ignore that. But I am going to look at my nice little steering wheel I put on there. I got that. I went out west probably 2 months from now. 2 months ago, not from now. That makes no sense. I went to Moon Eyes, which I've always wanted to go there because like that's like early hot rodding stuff out there. And I just had to get a steering wheel from them. And the foot pedal, you know, that's a necessity. But yeah, I love this thing because now my steering wheel doesn't lock, and also my horn doesn't work. You know, what are you gonna do? But on things I am gonna do, that is put a fuel pump on this thing, because it's doing this cool thing where it'll pull fuel just fine with the fuel pump, like idling and running, but it won't do it off the starter. So my dad has a theory, and it makes sense, that where the line's probably just brittle and it's cracked, it's leaking fuel out of there, so it's probably sucking a bunch of air instead of fuel. So that's why it won't pull from that. So there's your smog pump. Directly behind that is your fuel pump. So that smog pump is going to have to come off, because I don't think there's a way to get to it without doing that. It's just too tight. So yeah, I guess let's start digging into that. It's just a generic O'Reilly's brand, like $21. You know how hard these things are to find? I went to 2 stores. The first one was out of stock. They have them, they're just out of stock. But I can still complain about how hard it was to find. I'm not exactly sure if someone's monkeyed around with this car or something, but I wouldn't have thought that those would have been a 15 millimeter. That's a cool sound. I've learned the best way to get to the bottom one is underneath the car, where you can actually get to it. I guess they didn't want you taking this smog crap off. Is there a nut behind? There better not be a nut behind all this. I'm selling the car if there is. It's not even my car, it's my dad's car, but I'll sell it. Okay, so I got it out. There wasn't a nut behind it, it was just slow going. But now if I take that top one out, I should be able to take this whole unit and get it out of the way. Right? Maybe, I don't know. But I'm gonna put the camera right where it's in my way. That's what YouTubers do, even though I'm not one. I just do this for fun. What do you like doing other than working in the garage? I like, in my other free time, going back and editing videos where I have to rewatch everything that I did. That makes sense. It fell. Yeah. You stay there. Oh, look at that. Look how easy that is to get to now. You can see right in that sucker. There's fuel pump. Right there's that line that's cracked. You can see it. That's what's leaking. So that's what needs to be replaced. Definitely all of, both those lines look terrible. Okay, so I was wondering that. This goes into 2 hard lines right here in the frame. That's going to be good to go ahead and replace both of those. One is, I'm confused now. Well, somehow or another. Okay, so this is okay. I think I got the wrong fuel pump, because that has one that sends it up to the carburetor, and then it has what I'm assuming is a return, And I think I only got one with, and I think I only got one with 2 attachments instead of 3. Yeah, so this, I'm gonna have to get a new one. Okay, well, now we know. Also, just saying, O'Reilly's says this fits a 70, or that fuel pump fits a 73 Monte Carlo, and it is not. Well, I messed up because I took out both bolts that hold that thing in there. But what I should have done is loosen the fuel line first, because now, where this is all floppy, I have to hold that while trying to loosen that, and that's just a lot, and I can't get it with one hand. So I really need to start both those bolts back, or at least one, but I can't do that because the rod that actuates the pump has fell, and I can't get in there to get the rod back up because the pump's on there, and I can't get the pump off because the line's on there. Okay, so I figured out, just put a, whatever that green thing is, it's called, it's late, I don't know, a pan or something in there into the block. That way you can get a hand in here, hold it pretty still. I put all kinds of ugga-duggas with my hands onto that, and it won't budge at all. Yeah, it's stupid tight. I mean, up to the carburetor was stupid tight too. So I've got it soaking in PB. I'm gonna try to let it soak overnight, see what it wants to do tomorrow. Okay, so I actually finally got this fuel pump out. I was having trouble breaking loose that line down there, but finally got it. Honestly, it was soaking in there for like probably a week and a half, because between college and stuff, I just kind of got busy on other stuff too. And I returned the other fuel pump because I needed one with 3 lines. And this is just pieced together with some miscellaneous fuel line that I found. It's got this fancy like fake braided, I guess it's not fake, it's actually like braided fuel line, but this is like the kind that has like the fake AN fittings and stuff. And you know, that's a return line, so that doesn't need to be pretty or anything. Also, I went and picked this one up in this truck, which depending on when this video releases, like before or after this video, you'll know this truck had like a little accident in the O'Reilly's parking lot. That's new. We worked through it, and this thing didn't overheat and throw coolant everywhere in the parking lot. So I'm trying to do a thumbs up with a handful, but that's good. Now we get to play the fun game of situate this rod with some pliers and some scribes and whatever you can get in here just to get it to go up. So I figured out the best way to do this. This thing is just like a little rod going down, and it goes down at an angle. The top portion is hitting this, which is the plate where your thing bolts onto. So that means that this rod has a completely like flat front end. There's like a little lip down here that is not touching it in a way. That is not hitting this. So you can get like the right angle bit of your scribe down in here. Well, just scoop it up like that. So that's the best way I've figured out how to do it. Well, it definitely just wasn't an hour since the last time I picked up this stupid camera. Not the camera's fault. So got it on there. It's a sucker to get the things, the 2 bolts to line up. Got them to line up. Then realized, oh crap, didn't put the hard fuel line on. So I was like, oh, that's no big deal, you know. Then turns out you have to take the fuel pump back off, and that thing's been kinked about 14 different times, so it doesn't fit at all like it used to. So then, honestly, I'm not kidding, it was 45 minutes to get both bolts lined up to bolt the stupid thing back on there with the fuel line on there. But it's on there now. And I did plumb up the supply line and the return line. I don't know if I said it or not, but I don't think the original fuel pump was bad. Actually, let's go look at it. Supply line, right here, you can see it. I think this is supply. I'm assuming it is because it's bigger. Actually, both of these are pretty bad. It was just sucking in air. So if you can get it to run, it would pump enough to sit there and it would idle just as pretty as you could be. It wouldn't. I think if you let it sit for a couple days, you had to prime the carburetor. You had to like bottle feed it. Ah! 3/4. Good gosh. I won't stop it. It's gonna be tighter than everything. I guarantee it. What are you beating on? Time to get these brakes to go back in. Need a rag. Why? Because the plug is a whole lot shorter than I thought it was, and it got me. If you'll go and hand me a new oil filter and get it out of its box. Oh, that was nice and loose. Ugh. I only got to use my fingers to lube up the new gas.
Jug, windshield washer. There's 2 jugs under here.
Yeah, but that one was free. Wow. Go polish it on this motor, it gets pretty. Okay, so he cleaned all this, like sprayed it out and stuff, and he went ahead and replaced that wheel cylinder while I was changing the oil. And I'm gonna go rebuild these brake drums, as in, you know. Psh, psh.
You might want to. I'm not gonna take that on the shed. Well, your white truck's under there.
Or do you want me to paint it? Everywhere we got has a vehicle. Shiny. Pretty. Next, I want to work on some electrical. Because stuff like the windshield wipers and stuff don't work with this thing. I think this fuse is blown. Actually, I don't know. Why is this red? Does red mean blown? Well, I heard clicking when you actuate the wiper motor. Yeah. It makes me wonder if the motor's bad. Well, I've done all I know how to do. I've smacked it. It still don't work. Blower motor fan don't work either. That's the other thing. Is that you or me? I think that's me.
That's you.
That sounds like it's the blower motor fan trying to kick on. Well, it's only AC. It could be AC related too. No, it's all of it. Oh, what that? That's a ground. Where does it go? I started looking. There's actually no wires going to this motor at all.
Would that cause it not to work?
Yeah, and this little doohickey right here I just found. There's a nub down here that it goes to.
Nothing.
Hold on, let me check. I don't think. Well, did I turn the key off? I feel like that's not. No, it's on. What do you? Can you hear what's clicking up there? The power from the line to trip the relay was getting to it, right? But the big power that went to the fan motor is this orange wire right there, which is going to this fusible link, wasn't going to anything.
Because it's right there now.
Yeah, because it's sitting right there now. So it had done the fusible link, fusibled. So he's going to touch that, and I'm going to get blown away by a fan motor, in theory. Oh, goodness. That just chipmunks. Is it blowing backwards?
Should be.
Ain't much happening in here. I'm seeing remnants of a civilization in here. Goodness. Oh. Yeah. Watch the fender.
Wonder why it sounds weird. Wonder why it ain't moving nowhere.
Well, hold this. Hold it.
Is there more?
Oh yeah. It's all throughout the system, I guarantee it.
Wonder why the fuse overloaded.
I don't
the
know.
fusible link.
I'm just thinking, I'm glad this is your car and I'm only here 2 days out of the week.
Why?
Somebody gets to deal with that.
I don't think it'll be much coming. Sounds terrible out there.
Well, guess what? Didn't make a difference. Unless there's something going on with the
Could be.
door that needs vacuum. Well, it feels, you feel it a little bit. It's quieted down just from running it a little bit. I bet anything there's a little vacuum door in there that needs, well, vacuum. But yeah, it's quiet now. Ooh.
It worked.
Okay, you just got in between two speeds.
Mhm.
It does work. It did. You get high or nothing. Oh, they go in there.
It's blowing out like crazy down here in Florida.
Is it?
Yeah.
You think it's on heater?
Yeah.
Okay, so it just needs vacuum to switch. Oh yeah. Okay. Here, fill that. So it's the motor. That's great on a dry windshield too.
Oh, those are just, they just need a little rejuvenation.
They're dry rotten.
No.
They're fit.
No, if it was rotten, they
It's
wouldn't
got
be there.
it's
They're
got
there.
10 drops of rain left in them. Both.
11.41.
It's getting voltage. Yeah. So you ain't got no. You need a wiper motor. That's what I'm trying to say.
I got one here.
It's for a square body though.
Yeah.
This is technically a square body. It's got headlights. Square bodies have headlights.
Oh. Oh.
Come on. What do I do with it? Whoa.